By TUMS.
Let me ask you why not?
From how many countries students apply here in TUMS?
From about more than 40 countries.
So agent is required or not?
It is not mandatory. Applicants can apply on their own. An agent can facilitate the process.
So MBBS is totally new, even not registered at ECFMG level, not registered in any other different countries, even not in Iran up till now.
You know, in Iran, it is only offered, MBBS program, for example, is only offered to international students.
It's verified or it's verifying?
No, by Ministry of Health in Iran, it will be verified.
In the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and beneficent. Today I am here in Tehran University of Medical Sciences office. I am with Ms. Nasreen. She is the head of admission office. Ji, Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
How are you?
Thank you, fine.
My first question is, there are like 38 different medical universities in Iran who are providing MBBS, MD for all over the world. Why TUMS?
Let me ask you why not? TUMS University, in fact, is the first ranked university in Iran. Everybody knows it in Iran and in many other countries. It's also the first top medical university in the area, the Middle East, at least one of the toppest. We have a longer experience considering the admission of international students comparing to other universities in Iran. In fact, TUMS has always been the pioneer in starting new projects and new developments. I suppose, with this experience, with our top faculty members, that many of them are internationally known, as you know, TUMS has 16 hospitals that are all specialized hospitals, very top hospitals in Iran and in Tehran, that's the capital city. All of these things makes TUMS the best choice, and the special choice for international students.
From how many countries students apply here in TUMS?
We have applicants from about more than 40 countries.
So which country has the most percentage?
We have 5 top countries that, their rate changes from semester to semester. Our 5 top are India, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan, and also we've got some from African countries, West African, Ghana. Like Nigeria, West African countries.
So you are in the admission office. So because you are the head of the admission office, I want to ask, if a student applies online, if it is totally online, right?
The process is completely online.
Completely online. So agent is required or not?
Not
it's
necessarily. No, it is not mandatory. Applicants can apply on their own. They do not have to, apply via an agent. Of course, it can be a good idea because an agent can facilitate the process for the applicants because they have experience working with us. They have experience helping students to have an easier move to Iran for the first trip to Iran or things like that, and the list of our agents is available on our website. We have also rated our agents and the top ones are also listed on the website, so very easily our applicants can have access to the contact details of our agents on the website and make sure they are our official agents. But they do not have to apply via agents. They can apply. It is not mandatory, and they can apply on their own. And in fact, the process is not difficult at all. It's very user friendly and easy, and they can have direct contact with Office of Admissions via email, via online advisor, phone, and several other ways, and that's easy and efficient.
If a student applies, fills the online application, so when it applies, fills the online application, it reaches admission office, right? It gets submitted. then what are the procedure, what is the pathway of the application, how many months it takes, and what happens with the application, and when scholarship is gonna given. So what is the pathway?
When we receive a submitted application, of course, I need to emphasize that once an application is not submitted yet, we do not follow the application. We do not process that. We only consider applications that are submitted and documents are uploaded. Once we receive an application, my colleagues in Office of Admissions evaluate the documents to make sure they are valid and complete. If not, applicants will receive an email regarding their missing documents, and they will be given access to edit their applications via their online application form. So it will not be a big problem. It just makes the process a bit longer for them. So they do not have to worry about their documents if they think or they are not sure their documents are enough and okay, because they have the chance to edit their applications during the admission procedure. So once an application is complete, it will be sent to the admission committee to make the decision about the application, and based on the criteria the admission committee has for each program, depending on the program, the students will be admitted or not. They will
from the day application got submitted, how many days it takes to reach it to the admission committee?
It takes about a week. It depends, when we are now admitting applicants for September session. When we just finished the admission for February session, after that we continue receiving applications, but the decisions take longer to be announced. Okay. But now that we are getting close to the September intake, for undergraduate programs, on average it takes 2 to 4 weeks to get the final result, whether admitted or not. For postgraduate programs, it takes 4 to 6 weeks. It takes longer. But maybe between the semesters, it may take a bit longer, because the admission committees are not held for about 2 months between 2 semesters. Okay. But as soon as the admission committees are run and held regularly every week, they do not have to wait long. They will receive the feedback.
So there is one thing, when a student applies in MBBS program, it's totally in English, but MBBS program also contains students have to go to the hospitals. Teachers are speaking in Persian, not English. So MBBS is totally 100% English, or there is a content which is in Persian also?
No, we have never said that it's totally in English. Both in medicine, MD program, Doctor of Medicine, and MBBS program, we have explained in the curriculum of the course and on the website that the first 2 years and a half of the program that the students study basic sciences is completely in English. But later on, that they have to attend the courses in the hospital, it would be both Persian and English. So they need Persian. They need to learn Persian, very well, because they will have interaction with patients, and also in the hospital to work with the hospital personnel, like nurses, like other doctors, other Iranian students. They have to know Persian. But the good point is that during the first 2 years and a half, they have enough time, and especially when they are in Iran, they have enough time to learn Persian.
This is very important thing, guys. You have to notice this thing. In Iran, if you want to do MBBS or MD, so first 2.5 years you have to learn Persian. Then, because you are going to have rotations in different hospital, teachers are speaking in Persian. So when students come here, they say, we didn't know that it was in Persian, it was totally, no. In Iran, Persian is the basic language. When you are going to treat patients, when you are going to see patients, so you have to learn Persian. You have to study from the Persian books, Persian notes. You have reference books in English, but when you want to study the notes, it is in Persian totally. You have to learn Persian that 2.5 years. So, doctor, students are too much concerned about scholarship. What is the scholarship criteria, and at which percentage students can get better scholarships? What is the criteria?
You know, the good news is that last year we offered a scholarship called TUMS COVID-19 Relief Scholarship, that we had a reduction in the fees for undergraduate programs. For medicine program, the tuition fee is reduced from $10,000 to $6,000 a year.
Okay.
For dentistry program, it's reduced for 50% from $7,500 to $3,750, and also for pharmacy more than 50% from $6,500 to $3,000. I think that's a very, very good deal. And the good point is that anybody who's admitted to these packages for all their studies, it's the same. I mean, if they're admitted to medicine with the package of, with the COVID-19 package, that's $6,000 a year, it will be the same for all 6-7 years of their study. It won't change for them. Okay. Besides that, top talent students for all three programs, for undergraduate programs and also for postgraduate programs, mostly based on their academic performance, their English proficiency level, and some other factors and criteria they mention in their CVs, can receive an added scholarship that is more discount on their tuition fee. But that scholarship is on a yearly basis. I mean, if they receive a scholarship for the first year of their studies, for the second year they have to apply for a scholarship again. Okay. But the reduction we've had for as a TUMS COVID-19 relief scholarship is the same. It won't change during their studies. And the good news is that in fact we had the reduction last year for both September and February session, and for this academic year it is extended, and for the next intake, that is our September 2019
COVID-19 package is sustained, right?
Yeah, it's the same, and also our scholarship for top talent students.
So it's mean that from the September session, the new session is going to come, and those who are applying right now in these days, and which is going to end in 31st June, I think so. The last date is 31st June.
Yes.
So those who are applying, so they are going to get the total fee is $6,000, right, for MBBS?
Yeah, for medicine $6,000 is fixed, and they can receive even more scholarship.
Either MBBS and MD both, right?
Both.
Both $6,000.
Both $6,000.
Okay, you mentioned COVID-19. So because the situation is like that, every country is going to give vaccines to those who are working in hospital. So student of the Tehran University of Medical Sciences terms are going to get vaccinated or not?
Yes, of course.
If a student applies in Tehran University of Medical Sciences, all the procedure, all the application have been done. It's finished. They send the application got accepted, scholarship got granted, everything is done. What student has to do now?
After students receive the acceptance email, including the acceptance letter, the acceptance letter is usually attached to the acceptance email. The first thing to do is to complete the visa application form. After they complete the visa application form, they will be, they will be registered in TUMS visa system, and it is a very important step, because all students before coming to Iran, or even if they do not come to Iran and they attend online classes, they have to be registered in TUMS visa system for the time they need to enter Iran. They will receive a code after, they will receive an email including a code explaining that, their information is submitted in the system for visa. But visas will be issued only if the programs are in person. I mean, they have to come to Iran. But in these conditions, for the programs that are online, we do not get visas for students to enter Iran. After they receive the code, the admission procedure can be continued by contacting the Office of Registration, and step by step they will be informed what they should do, what forms they should complete, sign, and send back to the Office of Registration till registration is final. But a new procedure we have started for the last 2 semesters, especially because of the COVID conditions, to help students to facilitate the procedure and to help the students to feel better about the procedure, to get enough information more easily. We've got our advisors, that a specific advisor for undergraduate programs and one for our postgraduate programs, that right after they receive their acceptance, our advisors will contact the accepted applicants via email, and they will inform them about the steps they need to take to finalize their registration and to have their seat, in the as a TUMS student. And they will be informed about the deadlines they have. As you may know yourself, for the last 2 semesters, for example, for our medicine program, the seats have been very competitive, and we had many students who were interested to register. They were all accepted, but we were not able to register all because we have limited seats. So to make sure that our accepted applicants have enough information about the deadlines and about the procedure, our advisors will contact them, will give them all the information and the deadlines to help them to do this procedure more easily.
These advisors are free?
Yes, free. And any problems they have, they can just be in touch with one specific person, with the advisor. If they have problem in filling in the visa application form, if they have problem in filling in the related form to registration efforts, about English classes or whatever, all the procedure before registration is final and they receive their student ID number. About all this procedure, if
so
they have problem,
Last year, TUMS reserved the seats. For example, those who applied got the admission. Then TUMS said, "Okay, seats are full." Now those students who was accepted, who wanted to pay the fee, but still they got reserved. What happened to the students?
We were thinking of some options to help these students. To find, in fact, some seats for them. We hoped that maybe some students who had registered earlier may cancel their registration, and we can give their seats to the students who reserved, the seat. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for us, those ones were not in, they all finalized their registration, paid the money, and nobody canceled, so that we can offer the seat to other applicants.
There's one more
thing.
So
for the new semester, even those students who were in the reserved list have to apply again, because
in September
for September session, because our admission letters and admission packages are valid for 1 semester only.
Okay.
So that acceptance package is not valid anymore, and if they want to join September session, they need to apply again. And to apply again, they can just do it from the same account they already have. They do not have to create a new account.
Priority will be given to them or not? Priority?
We are choosing best students.
Okay.
So if they are among the best, they can be hopeful to. We cannot give priority to them if there are better students. But for programs like medicine that are very competitive, what I can recommend to accepted applicants is to make decisions as fast as they can.
Okay.
They do not postpone their final decision to the last days, because we are not sure we'll have available seats for them. The seats get full very soon, and then they may not be able to join the program just because they postpone their final decision. And for the new semester, we'll have deadlines for our accepted applicants, that if they do not finalize the registration during that period of time, they may not be allowed to register later. So I strongly recommend that they respect the rules and the deadlines and all the timetable and timelines we give them.
Now, how many programs are TUMS? How many programs introduced by TUMS for international students? BDS, DDS, MD, MBBS, PhD?
These are different levels, in fact. Yeah, for undergraduate level, we offer some BSc programs, about 5 BSc programs. We've got medicine, general dentistry, and general pharmacy. And we also, then at postgraduate level, we've got MSc programs, we've got PhD programs, we've got a kind of a PhD by research programs also. That's called non-course PhD. That's PhD by research. We've got specialty, subspecialty, and fellowship programs that are clinical programs. And we offer many programs. These are the levels. We offer many programs since we've got 11 schools with different specialties. So the programs TUMS offers are very various.
So all of these programs have scholarship or not?
In fact, yes. As I told you, for undergraduates, in fact, we offer 2 scholarships. One COVID relief scholarship that I said stays the same during their studies, and one is an added scholarship that's for top talents.
Okay.
Our postgraduate programs have had no reduction in the fee. Generally the fees are very reasonable, but for postgraduates there are more chances to get TUMS scholarship. That's reduction of the fee. That they have to provide enough documents to convince the admission committee for this scholarship.
Now I want to ask the most important question, which is TUMS is giving both MBBS and MD program, introducing both of the programs. MD, Doctor of Medicine, is registered with WHO, ECFMG, GMC, AMC, everywhere MD. Even in Iran, MD. Okay. So MBBS is totally new, even not registered at ECFMG level, not registered in any other different countries, even not in Iran up till now. Okay. So, but TUMS is introducing MBBS program. Do you think it will be make problem for those students?
We hope it won't, because the procedure of verifying the program in related organizations, in fact, it is in process. In Iran, it is only offered, MBBS program, for example, is only offered to international students. Since our students wanted us to have a shorter program comparing to MD program, it is only offered to international students. It's completely verified by Ministry of Health in Iran.
It's verified or it's verifying? It's under process.
No, by Ministry of Health in Iran, it will be verified.
It will be.
We haven't had any graduates for the program, but if we have graduates, Ministry of Health in Iran for sure verifies it.
So 100% Ministry of Health of Iran is going to verify MBBS program. So MBBS graduate of Iran can get residency in Iran.
Can get residency in Iran, having the condition of doing internship. Anybody who wants to join a specialty program, whether graduated from Iran or other countries, have to provide a certificate of internship. It doesn't matter if you do your internship in Iran like MD students, or you do your internship in your own country or any other country. To apply for a specialty program, one of the documents you should provide a certificate of internship. A 12 months internship is enough.
Okay.
Okay, so providing that you can apply for a specialty program. And as I told you, the verification and recognition of these new programs in Iran in the international organizations in a process, and we hope it will be completed soon.
Pakistan Medical Council, and last time they told us that you have to verify the MBBS in Iran, then we will verify in Pakistan.
It will be verified.
So
in
if
Iran.
it's going to be verified in Iran through the Ministry of Health, and Ministry of Health is going to tell Pakistan PMC that we are going to verify it. We verified it. You also have to verify it. Is it going to happen?
Yes.
Iran is in contact with PMC. TUMS is in contact with PMC or not?
Yes, I'm sure they are in contact. The process is started, and it will be completed soon.
Okay, the officers are in connection
Yes,
by
yes,
emails.
Yes, because it's got a procedure. The curriculum should be provided, in fact should be sent, it should be verified by the relevant organization. It's got a procedure and a checklist. It is happening at the moment, and I hope it will be done before we have our graduates.
Inshallah. And at last, I want you, the camera is yours, the platform is yours. Do you want to give any message to all students? You can give.
About the 10 years I worked here, I've always been very happy meeting new students from very different countries, and whether our neighbor countries or farther, countries like African countries, to be in Iran and to study here, also at the same time learning about the Iranian culture. We welcome all new students or anybody who is interested in studying at TUMS, and me and my colleagues here do our best to make it one of your best experience in life.
Thank you so much,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Singh. It was a great pleasure for me to having a nice interview with you, and it was so informative. At last, I want to tell you guys that this is the admission procedure, and the one most important point is that agents are not mandatory. You can apply through online. You can fill application form. You done your matriculation intermediate. Now you are able to apply. You can fill the application form, and if you are applying through an agent, just go to the TUMS official website. Check the agent list. If that agent is in that list, so you can believe on it, you can trust on them and give your money, your documents to them. And thank you so much. It was nice to have a great talk with Ms. Nasreen. Inshallah, with another interview, with another podcast, I will be with you guys. Thank you so much. Khuda Nigehbar.